Welcome back to phoenixwright, Ace Attorney Treasure, where in the last video we had Detective Gunshoe in the stand, cross-examine him to see what he think about the crime and what happened to the computer programmer. But there seems to be something missing, and now we have a new witness coming to the stand, and we're going to interrogate this old man. Hopefully he can give us some insights what's actually going on so we can figure out this case. So with that being said, grab your snacks, grab your drink, because Detective Reaper is here to save the day.
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Maggie Byrde. Mr. Duck, your next witness, please.
The prosecution called a lucky old timer who copped the show over a cup of coffee. Will the witness please take the stand? Oh, this old kung fu man. Name and occupation, if you don't mind.
The name is Victor Kudo, born and bred in the land of rising sun.
Honor and duty are what make me. Mind you, I can be quite emotional at times too. We don't need to hear about that, Miss Kudo. Just tell us, the court, your occupation. My occupation? Huh, listen, youngin. How much do you think here there's a chemo embroidery here?
Chemo embroidery?
That's what I do, or did. Back in Japan, I brought a family crest on kimonos. My ancestors were embroidered kimonos before this country even existed.
Wow, a really craftsman. There's a dying breed. Hey, maybe he could have brought in my costume sometimes.
Anyway, like I said, there's much demand for that kind of thing here. So I had to take a job working the cash register at a burger joint, pretending to smile. That burger joint would have been better off putting him in the kitchen.
Now then, witness, were you in the restaurant at the time of the incident?
Oh yes, I was eating some seeds over a cup of Javakino.
Seeds?
What do you think these are, huh?
I see.
So you saw everything that happened, Gramps?
Did I?
Oh yes
I did. I saw it all.
Then please tell the court. We all ears.
Sure. I'll tell you every last detail.
He's ready to get into this. Alright, here's our first testimony of this old kung fu man.
The young man was reading the sports paper. The serving girl bought him a Japakino, but she put something in it. The man took one sip of it, looked like he was in terrible pain, and then collapsed. That's the serving girl, right there in the defendant chair. I remember her well. Mr. Kudo, she's not a servant girl. Please refer to her as a witness.
Ha, you're as bad as the rest of them. All these newfangled words, what's wrong with the old-fashioned ones, huh?
Newfangled?
All this talk of radios and glasses, it's wireless and spectacles, I'll tell you.
Excuse me?
Listen to me, everyone. Don't forget the old values. Don't let the good old days slip away.
Oh, I think it's time to begin a cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. Alright. Let's see what this old man said. Alright, he was reading the newspaper, sports paper. Okay, we got that. The serving girl brought in a cappuccino, but she put something in it? What did she put in? Miss Kudo, that is a very grave accusation. Are you sure about what you saw? Victor Kudo never makes mistakes. I doubt every T's and cross every I's. I see. My eyesight's fine. The doctor said I only need spectacle for reading and driving. I bet his eyes are only really fine when he's scooping out a waitress. And I saw that serving girl put in the Japakino as well. I bet I know what's coming up. Something tells me I'm not gonna like it. Let me just leave it. It'd be dangerous to press this too much. I better ignore it for now. So what happened next? The man took one sip of it. Looks like he was in terrible pain. And then collapsed. That's the servant girl right there in the defense. I remember her well. Okay. You say I remember her well in reference to what free? Reference. Did she have any particular features that you can identify her by? Particular features. It's a disgrace. That's what it is. Sorry. You can see all the way up to her, you know, she practically naked in that uniform. So the particular features you recognize about the waitress is her outfit? But anyone could wear just such a uniform, even me.
Mr. Wright, please spare the court of any further mental anguish for that image.
Don't get all excited, Nick. You gotta keep yourself together.
I guess I got a bit carried away. Ha! There's other things I recognize about her too. He seemed pretty sure of it. What shall I do? Go right at him. Sure, you saw the waitress take the coffee to the victim. But what matters is whether the waitress was Maggie Byrde or not.
Quite right. Mr. Kudo, these are the features that you recognize about the defendant. I will ask you to add them to your testimony.
Sure. There was a ribbon in her hair, and an apron strap was loose. You do seem to remember several details about her appearance. But what about the most crucial detail of her face? Ha! As I would remember that.
Objection!
The witness knows the scraps on the accused's apron. He's unlikely to make a mistake about her face. That's right, I can tell you the color of the ribbon in her hair. It was red. So you see, there's nothing wrong with the witness' eyesight. There's no doubt he remembered the witness pretty well. What should I do? I get the feeling there's something more to this somehow. Leave it about the scrap as about the waitress' bag. Let's go about her bag. The identifying features you described are all things you will see from the back. So what? Is it possible that you never saw the waitress from the front at all?
Objection!
Ha! He got you there, Gramps. People normally talk about facial features and when they ask to describe someone. But this witness testimony is nothing but scraps and ribbons. This is harassment! I'll tell you not to obsess with scraps and ribbons. I'm just telling you what I saw.
Mr. Kudo, the court requests that you add detail about any identifying features. Features you observe from the front, that is to your testimony.
Sure.
This old man testimony is getting longer and longer.
And if I can't find a holding soon, it'll get even longer, I bet. There wasn't anything that caught my interest about her when I saw her from the front. Okay. Wasn't interesting. Okay. No blood, no nothing? I find it interesting you haven't noticed.
Objection!
Miss Kudo, I would like you to please take a look at this. Ha! There's a filter there you will suit filled like you just perfectly. Actually, it reminds me of what my grandson looked like just after he's done eating. Have you ever seen this before? Of course I haven't. Do you think I forget something as dirty as that? Huh. Well, you half-wit clock. Okay. What is it? Ever since I said you halfway clock, there's been an eerie silence in here. Mr. Kudo, this apron. It's the apron worn by the defendant on the day of the poison. Oh? And as you just said yourself, you wouldn't forget something like this, which means if you had really seen this apron before, yes, you know what I'm getting at. You couldn't have possibly seen the waitress from the front. Oops.
Witness! You can't just oops your way out of this!
Ha, well. Looks like we finally have a genuine trial on our hands. Listen, Trite, here are the facts. On the day of the incident, there was only one racist in the restaurant.
That lady defendant, Miss Maggie Byrde.
Exactly. And when that one witness put the poison in the coffee cup, this old guy was watching.
I hope you understand the gravity of the situation, Mr. Kudo. The fate of the defendant may rest on what you say you remember seeing.
Just tell the court exactly what you saw, Gramps. You can rely on me, Captain. My noggin is perfectly working order. I can't remember a single occasion without forgot what burger a customer wanted.
He can't remember. Probably more like he messed up so many times he's blocking it out.
Very well, let's just see how good your memory is and attention to detail is, Mr. Kudo. Tell us what you remember about the victim.
Alright, Let's see. Second testimony. Alright, Mr. Kudo, what you got?
He was another of those pesky young types wearing a broken pair of spectacles. He had a newspaper in his right hand, and the nosy brat kept rustling pages. The young man would listen to the wireless. I remember that well. Then the servant girl in question brought over the cappuccino. The little fidget picked up the cup in his free hand and took a sip. This testimony we just heard was to test how credible the witness memory is. It seems to me he remembered the victim in a great deal of detail.
Oh, yes. I hate that you know what types who you so vague about everything.
How are we going to handle this, Nick?
We only need to do one thing. We just need to prove that this old man's memory is shot.
Just trip him up, you mean? Isn't that kind of cruel?
I suppose, but it's what I do best. I'm a lawyer. We cross-examine this old bum.
Alright. Let's see.
He was another special young type with a broken pair of spectacles. Okay. He had a newspaper in his hand. Okay. Young man wrestling to the wire. I remember that. Okay. Then servant girl brought a question. Yeah. The little fidget picked up a cup with his free hand and took a sip. Okay. Then he took a sip of this coffee? Is it this one? Mr. Kudo, do you remember what you were told at the start of the testimony? That this way, a way of testing the credibility of your memory. I know, there's nothing wrong with my memory, I tell you, nothing. If I got anything wrong, I eat these seeds and sing the pigeon song. Care to tell us where this is going, Wright? According to Mr. Kudo, the victim was holding the paper in his right hand, while drinking coffee with his free hand, which would make his left. Ha! What is this, kindergarten? Well, I would like the court to please take a look at this.
That the cup the victim used, correct?
Yes, and on the rim, you'll notice marked left by the victim's lip.
Yes, that's a stain left by the coffee.
If you consider where that stain is, you clearly see that the victim was holding the cup in his right hand. But how? Well, Mr. Kudo, the court is waiting for your epic performance. You say you eat those seeds and sing the pigeon song. Oh!
Mr. Kudo, I'm afraid this is simply not acceptable. I think the witness had better go back to the park we
What? Wait. If you think I'm going to say stand here and listen to you tell me I'm mad, you're wrong. I don't care about that dirty coffee cup. I know what I saw.
You still insist on your testimony?
That young brat was holding a cup in his left hand. Oh yes, no question. I'm a good law-abiding citizen, I am. Is that dead young hopper and you spiky hair yahoo? Who are at fault? Who, me?
Thank you, old man. We heard quite enough for you already.
Don't call me old man. Old man. Been around for 68 years. I have. You can't ignore me. Listen to what I got to say.
I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but...
Sure, why not hear a little more? Mr. Godard.
Mr. Godard.
But this is my 16th cup of coffee, so this is your final stand. Thank you, Captain. You can rely on Victor. Alright. Alright, he really got something to say this time. The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. He kept fiddling with it all the time. He was fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup too. And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup, his left hand.
We know that the victim was wearing an unusual monocle over his left eye.
It wasn't a monocle, Your Honor. It was a small computer monitor often used by programmers.
A monitor? You mean like a television screen?
The inside of the lens is a screen that displays computer data. It's called an HMD. It's a common tool in a victim line of work.
HDD, DVD, CD, all these newfangled letters drive me mad. But they don't matter. I know what I saw, and I'm telling the truth.
It's true, he doesn't seem to be lying.
And those are the facts. I'm in good old black and white.
Left hand, right hand. Alright, let's see. The boy was wearing the same size behind earpiece. Okay, how about this? Did you notice any medicine or something prescription? Because if you would, then you would see that. I'm not sure what the relevance of this is, but Mr. Kudo, there is something very strange about your observation of the victim. What? You say he was wearing the earpiece or the same size, the HDMD. No question, you can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear, without a doubt. I could only see the side of his head from where I was sitting. I don't think so. What did you say? You're no doubt aware of this fact, Mr. Kudo, but the victim couldn't hear with his left ear. His eardrum was ruptured. Traces of medication from his condition were found in his ear canal. That's right, it's possible that the victim would wear his earpiece in his left ear, because he couldn't even hear in that ear. Is that true, Captain? It is. Pie. Pigeon! Pretty pigeon! Order! 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 This witness testimony is completely unreliable. He only saw the waitress from behind. And he claims the victim was wearing an earpiece when we know his eardrum was ruptured. Well, Mr. Godot? A single drop of milk is all it takes to destroy the pure black magic in this cup. This old man is my drop of milk. Captain, are you calling me a drip? This is the victim cup which the potassium cyanide was found. The mark of the real clay showed the victim picked it up with his right hand. I never bet that. I'm not right. The lad drank your championship with his left hand. Let me put you out of your misery. Clearly, the victim used both hands. He took a sip with the cup held in his right hand and then switched to his left. That's what the old man saw? Impossible. The witness has already testified on numerous occasions that the victim died immediately after taking just one sip of the cup. Which hand the victim used to pick up his cup is irrelevant, Your Honor. The facts still stand. With one hand or the other, Mr. L drank the poison cup. Like this. Sadly, Mr. Godot, that doesn't wash. The point of this testimony was to establish whether the witness memory is credible. And the results are clear. The testimony given by the witness is useless. Poor. I believe it's time to conclude today's proceedings. I am satisfied that the witness is not deceiving the court, but to be frank, his testimony is a farce. Did you have to be so frank? Take that, you puppet's old forgy. I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, you can't reach me from there. I'm honored for the defense and the prosecution to investigate this case further. That is all for now. This court is adjourned. Hold it. Wait! If we start now, where does this leave me? Leave you, Mr. Kudo? Thanks to that blue-sitting young upstart over there. I'm just a bumming old man who can't even dot his T's or cross his I's now. How is your bad memory my fault? I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but there's nothing I can do. I kept my mouth shut until now, but there's something else the court should know. What? There's more? To be perfectly honest, it might not be anything, but I want another chance. I want another crack at you, you young shark. Me? Just looking at me? I'm sorry, the evil shogun. Well, everyone, what do you say? One final showdown. The final chapter of this essential old man scrapbook. Sorry, Gramps. I already had my 17 cup. What have you got to lose, Captain? I'm gonna get all the chapter kill you want if you come to my house after the trial. I may be 60 years old, but Victor Kudo is still a man. Alright. That's enough, witness. I believe it would be quicker for you to just hear your testimony. You bet. Much quicker.
I can't believe this is happening.
Ha 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 ha. You better get ready, youngster. I I get the picture. Just quit throwing them seeds at me, would you? You gotta be using some sort of infinite ammo code with that box of seeds. Alright, old man, see what you got. First of all, I want to stress that this might be nothing. I'm not too sure myself. The young boy slumped over the tables and so he took one of the simplest cappuccinos. Well, the clumsy idiot upset the vase. He knocked it right over. It broke, and the strip of clothing covering the table got completely soaked. Well, how about that? Turning things upside down, huh? Okay. Is that all? Yes, that's all. I remember it perfectly. Hey, you doubted me again? You doubted me a poor, defenseless old man? No, we are not doubting you, Mr. Kudo.
Don't you get the feel there's a question hanging on everybody's lip?
Yo, Birdo, that's what all you can think.
Very well, Mr. Wright, your final cross-examination, please.
Alright, let's see here. First of all, I want to stress that might be nothing, but I'm not sure it's alright. The young boy slipped on the table, he slipped over with cappuccinos, because he's upset that he knocked it right over. Okay, let's see, I need to check something out. I need to check, what's the crime scene? Is this crime scene? Alright. I need to see something. Face still standing. So not sure what you're talking about.
Objection!
Face still standing. Mr. Kudo, this is a photograph of the crime scene. Huh, so what? Look carefully at the table. The vase is there, intact. Huh? Lost your tongue, granddad? I'm no granddad of yours, hopscotch.
Ow, ow, ow. Enough! If you throw any more seeds in this coat, the cleaners will be here all night.
Oh,
What is it now?
I just remembered something. Yes, go on. The broken vase. Haha, it was on my table. What? Ah, well, you see, it started me when the youngin' lad collapsed. So I stood up. That must be when it fell over. The vase on my table, I mean.
The vase on your table?
Ah ha ha, yes, it was on my table. And that's how my groin came to be completely soaked. Alright. No man, you been quite entertaining. Even the jury not saying nothing.
Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You certainly earned your kudos for the day.
I'd like to ask a question now. Have I been any use at all?
Perhaps that's something you should reflect on yourself, Mr. Kudo.
Wait a minute. If that's the case, there's more. I got more to say. Oh yes, I remember something else.
Bailiff, escort this witness out the courtroom.
Wait, listen to me. That man just like to talk.
Well, we see you have been considerably sidetracked, and are still not in a position to deliver a verdict. The defendant has not been positively identified as the witness in question. Additionally, there are two disparities in the testimony we have heard thus far.
The mark on the cup that the victim was supposed to drink from his left hand, and an earpiece which was inserted into his left ear, which he couldn't hear.
Wow, Nick, you did it!
I therefore require both the defense and the prosecution to further investigate the facts.
Yes, Your Honor.
There is one more thing before I call today's session to an end.
One more thing, Your Honor.
The witness we just heard from. He is most insistent that his testimony should be of use. So he summarized it according to this statement.
Okay.
You may each have a copy of it if you wish.
Whatever, the prosecution doesn't need props like that.
Got already mad, huh?
Yeah, I would be too.
Very well. Here you order, Mr. Wright. There are 3 copies. Mine, yours, and Miss Godard.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm sorry, this isn't a piece of testimony, more like a 5-year-old apology.
What the heck are we supposed to do with 3 copies?
That is all. The court is adjourned.
Wow, that was an entertaining too. That old man come in and talk. Although he sidetracked us and everything like that. It didn't help much, but hey, it led to something. And so we had a couple things that needed to figure out. Where, in example, did he hold the cup when he was pausing? We know he was pausing, but we try to figure out, was it his left hand or his right hand? Has to be he had to hold his right hand and the earpiece, so he had to hold on left earpiece. It's gotta be that. Alright, that is all for today. Thank everybody for watching the case, and we'll be back to do more investigation like the judge said. Thank everybody for watching. I am out.